Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome back to In the Pressbox, episode 61. My name is Benjamin, and you guys are?
I'm Aiden. Howdy. It's Alex.
All right, you guys, let's get into what we're going to be talking about today. NFL, college basketball, NHL, NBA. Let's talk Vols because we have to do that. And then I have a question for you guys. Then we round out with predictions. But before we begin all of that, last podcast got 2 likes. So as promised, I will share with you why I do not watch this team on TV anymore and why I do not support the TV station anymore that supplies the Preds, as I'm sure literally nobody else does that does not have cable TV. Cable TV, number 1, very expensive. Number 2, you get locked in a contract. And number 3, there's a lot of excess fees, and there's just no point in having cable TV right now. Switch to the stream, YouTube TV, Hulu, whatever, Sling. As someone who switched to the stream, right? Bally Sports. Don't get Bally Sports. Okay? So they say, okay, you can switch to cable TV, but if you don't want to switch to cable TV, you are screwed. Okay? Blackouts. You know what a blackout is. You cannot watch the game on ESPN Plus. Just why? They say, oh, because we want you to go to the stadium. We want you to go to the arena. I don't go to the arena because of the stadium because I can't follow the team in the same way that I used to be able to. But the main reason why I do not watch hockey anymore, when I was thinking on the last podcast why I don't watch hockey, that's not the reason. The blackouts aren't great. But, for instance, the game right now going on, which, of course, we're doing the podcast during, the one game that the Preds have broadcasted nationally. But the game that's going on right now, there's a reason why I'm not watching that. Number 1, I was busy. I'm not going to lie, I was busy. But number 2, the most important reason is as soon as they moved it from NBC, hockey lost its spark. And it's not the same with ESPN. It's not the same with TNT, without a doubt. First of all, this is a weird statement. I can't see that. What does this say? Are you playing Immaculate Grid?
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, first of all, weird statement, and I know this is going to sound a little bit weird, but in hockey, we got to get a Canadian. We got to get that coverage going. In hockey, I love when they bring on someone like Patrick Sharp, the Maple Leafs head coach. I think Mike Bobcat or something was his name. Yeah, and essentially, when NBC did a good job with their hockey coverage, they had one of the best announcers. The announcer ended up retiring. NBC lost its rights. It went to ESPN. ESPN doesn't show the same level of passion, and you guys can support these statements that, for instance, ESPN does not show a level of passion in WWE. Am I correct? You don't see WWE on SportsCenter at night necessarily. So my thing with this is that ESPN has turned into really football and basketball, a little bit of baseball, maybe a little bit of soccer or hockey, once in a while a couple of other sports, boxing, UFC. But besides that, hockey's a major 5 sport, and they sign them on a $1 billion contract and do not treat them like it. Here's an example to back that up. Stephen A. Smith, the highest paid personality at ESPN, okay? He's on the show. He says one of the segment is his name a New York sports team that you think will win a championship in the next 5 years in New York. The closest one to win it. Will it be the Yankees, Giants, Jets? Who will it be? Rangers. Everybody thinks it's the Rangers last year because the Rangers are loaded. So the guest says, Michael K. says, I think the Rangers will win. They say, no, stop. Stephen A. says, stop. Hockey's not a real sport. That doesn't count. You have to say something. So he says, okay, fine, I'll say Yankees. You signed a $1 billion deal, and they don't treat it like a real sport. That's why I don't watch. TNT, they do actually a great job. They keep it fun, but it's not the same as NBC. ESPN screwed up NBC forever. That theme song, everything about it. That was peak hockey. You guys don't know this. Hockey used to be my favorite sport. No joke. I used to watch hockey almost every single night on NBC. Every single night. I loved hockey, the Stanley Cup playoffs, the peak times 2016, 2017. But hockey has fallen off of a cliff with coverage, and that's why I don't watch anymore. So that sums it up. I feel like I did a pretty good job kind of summing up why. But there you go.
Me and Aiden can definitely relate there. We were watching soon as we got our first TV, we were watching Predators game every day and night on Fox Sports. The icon, my favorite was the glove, the save. They would like this goalie could turn around. It was something.
And that's an example. Fox Sports was miles better. Hockey really collapsed once they left Fox Sports for Bally, because Bally Sports is nowhere near the same type of passion. It's the same people, but they don't. It's not the same. I don't even know how to describe it. It just doesn't. It doesn't have that feeling anymore. And also, the viewership backs it up. Viewership's gone down. I didn't know it was the All-Star game this weekend. I mean, that's how out of tune I am with hockey. Besides the Preds, I mean, I keep up with the Preds, obviously, to a degree. I kind of know like what's going on there. But, man, hockey's falling off a cliff in coverage. Aiden, do you agree with me?
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. You may not see me as a hockey watcher right now, but I used to watch hockey a lot, actually, and I could probably name a lot of players from the Nashville Predators if I really wanted to. Back in 2016, 2017.
Benjamin, what are you laughing at?
It's okay. Never mind.
We can name them. We can raise our hands.
No, it's like we good. We good.
Austin Watson, Colin Wilson,
Victor Arvidsson,
Kevin Fiala.
No shot.
Cousins. I mean, not Nick Cousins.
Wow.
Backup goalie.
Carter Hutton, yeah, I like him.
Carter, you guys remember Carter Hutton? That's actually crazy. We don't really talk about hockey, but there you go. I guess you guys, for once on this podcast, I think everybody unanimously agrees for one time, and then this podcast episode, we will definitely not agree on anything. I'm so positive on this. Okay, but there you go. There's my reason. Thank you for getting it to 2 likes. Taylor Swift clickbait did the job.
We need another thing to go on to next 2 likes. What's another thing we could do?
Oh, okay.
If we get 3 likes, I'll perform an Usher song on here.
Okay, let's do that. We'll go one by one. Alex will do something, and the next time, if we can hit our like goal, then Aiden will do something. So if you can hit our like goal 3 times in a row, Aiden Lee will do something. If you can't, Alex does it. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, well. So there we go. Sums up. There's my reason. Let's move on to the NFL. A new era for the Titans, guys. Since we were last on the podcast, I said it. I think I actually may have said it that day that we may see some news. It struck that night. Brian Callahan is the next coach of the Tennessee Titans. Interesting hire. What do you guys think about it? How about this? Grade it. Give it a report card. Grade the hire. F to A.
B+ to an A. I mean, or A-, because it's not the best thing we could have done, but the current scenario, I feel like that is the best option. And certainly out of the about 5-6 hires this year, I believe we got the second best one. So, I mean, pretty good hire for Titans. I know Titans, they have a history of choking when it comes to these type of moments. So we didn't do it this time.
You don't think the Stanford head coach is a good candidate? Okay. I'm gonna give it an A, not like an A- or A+, but right in between. I'm gonna give it an exact A because I think it's what we needed. I don't think Mike Vrabel, he's a good coach, but he still hasn't got hired from a team yet. So maybe I don't know. He could maybe be a defensive coordinator if he's not hired. But I know that kind of shocked you, Benjamin. But yeah, for the Titans, I think it's a good hire. It's not a bad hire. It's not the best hire, but really, it's like one of the best. It's like one of the best options we have. There's not a lot to it, so mostly I agree with Alex. I give it an A.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree with you guys. I give it B+ to A range. I'm gonna put it at an A for this hire, and there's a reason I'm gonna put it at an A. The reason I would put it at an A is because I feel like if Rand Carthon and Callahan can kind of get going here, and they're in sync about their vision, like how they claim they are, right? Which you would imagine that they are. You're not going to hire someone that you're not fully, in line with here. But I like that because I didn't feel like Callahan and Vrabel were in sync. They said that they were, but I feel like Vrabel, he was a little bit, he kind of reminded me a little bit too much of that Belichick way where it felt like he wanted to run everything. And since we also last did the podcast, former player kind of comes out and says, well, he was a little bit of like a, what's the word, like a control freak sort of. But I mean, I don't know if I believe that, but there's just some reports of that, and I would kind of say based off of his demeanor and how he acts, I would maybe believe that. But
Demeanor.
okay, yeah. Well, based off of, but like, you know what I mean? Based off of how he acted, I would kind of believe that. And I think, as Aiden says, it speaks for itself. He's not gotten hired yet. Teams have passed up on him. He interviewed a couple of times, I believe, with the Falcons, Chargers, all these teams. They passed up on him. In my opinion, best hire of the cycle has got to be Jim Harbaugh, personally, just because I know it's a little bit, kind of glazed, and I know he's a little bit controversial, but I think he's going to elevate Herbert to that next level that team needs to get going. And I would see them as a good contender next year in that division. I still think the Chiefs are going to win, but I do see the Chargers being able to make the playoffs because Herbert has potential to be a top 5 quarterback. I think he's overhyped right now. Personally, I think he's in the top 10, but I don't think he's quite as good as people think he is, but he's got major upside still. But back to Callahan. I feel like I like what I saw between him and Carthon so far. So now it's a matter of do we screw up our defensive coordinator hire and our offensive coordinator hire? Because Callahan, even though he's an offensive coordinator, he didn't call the plays, so it sounds like we still have to hire an offensive coordinator. And then right now, from what I heard, we're still keeping our defensive coordinator from last season, who did a good job, but he wasn't the best. And I would like to see us interview some more people. I think we interviewed like the Browns secondary coach, and that's it. And that's my only problem. It's been a little bit slow to get going, but I like the hire. So that's where my thoughts are.
Speaking of the Browns, do you think the Browns O-line coach, which is his father, do you think that could be a potential for him to go to the Titans?
Absolutely, and that's what I like the hire. The hire itself, in my opinion, is a B plus, but it gets elevated to that A because of what he could bring with him. He could likely bring T. Higgins because T. Higgins is not going to play on the franchise tag, according to like a lot of like Twitter people and whatnot. So he's not going to play on the franchise tag, and he grew up a Titans fan too. I don't know if a lot of people necessarily know that he grew up a Titans fan. And then the third one is, as Aiden's saying, his dad, one of the best offensive line coaches in the league, and has coached a lot of former Titans players like Dennis Kelly and Conklin and some of those players that were really good for us. And I like if we bring in T. Higgins and the offensive line coach, this is an A, solid A hire. Right now, you can say it's a B plus, but with the add-ons can make it an A. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
that's what I think.
More future free agencies.
I'm confident. I'm confident in the O-line, though. O-line coach, I'm confident. T. Higgins, I'm 50-50 on. I don't know if he's coming, but the O-line coach, I'd be shocked because they said that they wanted to coach with each other. The Browns said that they'd be willing to grant him his wish to leave if he wanted to. So I would be shocked because his dad's older. I think his dad's like 70, 75 or something. So it's like his last stretch here. I'd be shocked if he doesn't come. It would be perfect. It would be a perfect addition. All right, now you guys can say something.
You see that AJ Brown has been kind of rumored that he may leave. Antonio Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. I have a hot take. Are you guys ready? If AJ Brown was handed straight to us, I wouldn't take him. That's my hot take. I would not take AJ Brown. Alex is over there. I would not take AJ Brown. And there's a hot take. I think like 10% of the fan base agrees with me. I am staying well clear of AJ Brown. This dude is such a diva. I mean, I do not think people realize what a diva this guy is. He's toxic to the locker room. New coach, new culture, no shot I'm bringing in AJ Brown to ruin that. No way. Maybe if he gives a cheap deal or like, if I'm bringing him in, I'm bringing him on a 1-year deal and telling him best behavior. And I'm not signing him to 5-year deals. No way. No way. He's coming in on a 1-year deal and he needs to earn it. DeAndre Hopkins is going to need to be the leader there because he is such a diva and he's trying to build a new culture with him in there. No way. I mean, I'm tired of it. He's always like, stop talking she. I'm tired of my quarterback playing like she. Like, I don't want to see that. Delete your Twitter. I'm done. Diva.
But Benjamin, if you hate him so much, why do you always want to be like him every day when you wear your undershirt?
Well, yeah, because AJ Brown's attire is inspiring. His actions are not. That's my statement.
I feel like you can kind of relate because I've seen your diva mentality you've been kind of given before this podcast started.
Yeah, it's actually kind of true. I was being a little bit of a diva before the mics turned on tonight, wasn't I? I kind of am a little bit of a diva, kind of like a little bit of like that, like toxic, like diva, like bad for the locker room type, you know. Yeah, yeah, especially tonight. Recap championship weekend is what I have next. Chiefs won, Lions lost, I lost, America lost, we all lost.
Prediction points.
No, everybody lost. All of America lost. They watched Aiden win. They watched Taylor Swift make a Super Bowl. Everybody lost. I'm
Taylor Swift
done.
fans have been watching for 3 months and
I'm
have
done.
seen more Super Bowls than all three of us combined.
Here's my thing. And I know that there's the whole motive, and like, you got all those people saying, "Oh, I hate Taylor Swift, get her off of my screen." You know what I mean? And like, I understand like people's kind of hatred, but like, I mean, I'm fine if you show her a couple of times, but I feel like that they show her a little too much. Like, we don't need to see her after it. What?
They're getting billions of dollars from it.
Oh, I know. So I mean, they won't listen to us, but still, I mean, that's my complaint. I'm not like one of those people that's like, kick Taylor Swift out. I hate Taylor Swift. I just am like, we don't need to be showing her nonstop. I have another hot take. I would not be surprised if she makes some guest appearance in the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I wonder if it'll be like, who is it this year? It's Usher or something, right?
Yeah.
Usher featuring Taylor Swift in like some random part. I bet you, I would not be surprised if that happens. But maybe that wouldn't happen because she's clearly rooting for the Chiefs or something and like kind of biased. I don't know how that would work, but I think it could happen. I mean, I would not put it past the NFL to pull off something like that. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of talk, but what do you guys think about Lamar Jackson? Do you think he kind of sold? He kind of lights were too bright for Buddy over there because
No, I think he just kind of messed up. I mean, he's had a couple of big games this season. I mean, he just kind of played and with Kansas City. It was Kansas City's game the entire game, and he just really wasn't able to kind of control the game. But selling, I mean, that's the Lions. That's the Lions that sold. I mean, I wanted the Ravens and the Lions Super Bowl match, and I got the opposite. But anyway, Jawan Jennings, he's going to win the Super Bowl.
I hope so, but
predictions may got spoiled.
Hey, Aiden, go Chiefs. We wager, okay? I have not thought about who I'm predicting. In fact, anytime someone asks me that and they're around me, I actually decline to comment. Aiden can attest to that. They say, "Who's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl?"
Benjamin thinks he's like too cool and like can't answer.
Absolutely, I think I'm too cool for this because I am smarter than to get caught up in the emotions of wagering. I made that mistake last week. I'm a new person. That mistake will not be made anymore. Alex warned me last week. I should have listened. I didn't listen. That's on me.
You're so much in depth.
I'm last.
To get out.
I'm last. Like you think it's fun to lose. It's not. It's not fun to constantly lose on the podcast. You guys think it's funny or fun. It's not. I'm tired of losing. Yeah, Alex, get him. Get him.
See, this is the perks of being alive.
YouTube's gonna probably like come through. Strike for violence? No, I don't know. And it says, "Oh,
the knife, literal knife Aiden brought."
Okay, last question I have for you guys: should the NFL make changes to the Pro Bowl? It's kind of a little bit, I understand why they don't go full tackle because it's like, you don't want to see someone getting hurt like really bad, but I mean, come on, guys, like flag football, like. I like the skills. Don't change the skills. Like, I am tuning in. We're all here tomorrow night for the skills showdown. At least I'm here for the skills showdown. I don't think you guys are. But then after that, when you go to the pro, I like flag football for 3 hours on the Sunday. I mean, maybe like we can at least return to the tackle version or like the 2-man touch, sort of like the 2-man touch shove tackle. Not flag. That's just me. What do you guys think?
I'd say that I would agree with you, Benjamin, because the Pro Bowl, there's Pro Bowl defensive players that has made great tackles, and the reason why they're in there is maybe because they have so many sacks. But when we're playing flag football, why don't I just put someone with only 1 or 2 sacks in the season because they can do probably as much as T.J. Watt can do by just ripping a flag. I mean, if we were playing tackle, then it would make sense that, hey, this guy's a Pro Bowler, defensive line, we can put him in. But if we're just playing flag football, at least for the defensive side, it makes no sense because it's no point of you're not tackling. So I agree with you, Benjamin.
I feel like if less stamina and energy is involved, why don't we just put former players in there so we have like current players versus like prime or not prime, but former players that kind of still got it. I mean, that just retired a couple years ago. Like imagine Tom Brady and Gronk versus like.
Wait, that's actually a genius idea. Now that you mention it, because like, how epic would it be to see like Marshawn Lynch or something, and like Tom Brady and Gronk? That's actually, or Peyton Manning. Like, that's a great idea because like, you're right. Like, it's not even. It's like no one's gonna get hurt.
What was that?
So
made sense, Benjamin.
Yeah.
About the defensive people, like they could even put people with only one sack in there because it makes no sense.
Well, here's the other thing about the Pro Bowl. I know people kind of complain about this, but I'm gonna kind of join them. It's a little bit of like a most popular player bowl. Like, why is Gardner Minshew in the Pro Bowl over Josh Allen? Like, help me. Like, make it make sense, NFL. Like,
Gardner Minshew's popular.
I know. Okay, fine. It is the popular name bowl, though. We can admit, right? Like Patrick Mahomes over CJ originally. Like, right? Well, I mean, I guess then that was kind of proved wrong because here he is in the Super Bowl again. But Gardner Minshew, like I'm not gonna be the one to just like sit here and rant. And like Gardner Minshew, probably a good guy. I like how he competes hard and whatever. But like, why is he in the Pro Bowl? Like it's not a serious voting system. They say let the fans retweet to vote. Like, come on, guys. Like, they don't listen to that. It's really like Micah Parsons and Tyreek, which I mean, those are Pro Bowl players, but like, I don't know. It's just, no, it's no. All right. Well, as Alex leaves us, let's move on to college basketball just so we can hear a little bit less about the Vols and the Glaze. So, upsets, there's been several. There's been several upsets. North Carolina went down. Tennessee went down. Next question. Aiden, is Dalton Knecht the most exciting player in college basketball right now? We don't need to ask your brother. He will say yes. We will listen to 5 minutes of him saying yes. No? Uh-oh. Boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. Trouble. You guys are getting put in timeout like how my cat was. My cat swiped at my mom today. Wait, should I be quiet? Ooh, there he goes. All right, well, they're gone, guys. Let's talk about tennis. Let's talk about it. Tennis. Jannik Sinner wins the Australian Open, defeating Novak Djokovic, and then he got through Medvedev. Now we got that $4,000, all those Grand Slam winners, Medvedev, Djokovic, Sinner now part of the mix. Of course, Carlos Alcaraz. Zverev is kind of getting around. So, really good. Alex, sit down. Alex, we got a question for you. Down. Okay, we'll just talk about tennis. I think that they have me on mute. But, I mean, Carlos Alcaraz in this, it's an exciting time for tennis right now. It really is. It is an exciting time for tennis. If you look at kind of the variety of winners that tennis is getting right now, it's not just Djokovic anymore. You can't go into a tournament and positively say that Djokovic is going to be the top person. So now you've got to add Sinner to the mix. Sinner's a great player. Do you guys have me on mute? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Bro. Like, it's not that bad. Like, why is he already going to sleep like this, guys?
Alex, what if Benjamin asked you about is Dalton Knecht the most exciting match?
Oh, Aiden! I said skip it for him!
He is.
Alright, I'm gonna go get water, guys. Glaze him for like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go get water. Look how he's awake all of a sudden, guys. He's up. He's awake. Why you look evil or something? There's like this weird shadow and like. Podcast is like 5 times better with the cameras, isn't it? This is like 5 times better.
Did you like the cat?
I did. I also like the guest appearance by, I don't know who that was, probably your dad, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Did you hear what he said when you guys walked away?
What did he say?
Looked into the camera and said Dalton connects the best.
He wasn't up here. He was downstairs screaming.
I know. I was just lying. But there you go. Dalton Connect, the most exciting player in college basketball. Yada yada yada. We get it. Let's talk about NHL and NBA. Players' recent struggles. They're struggling right now. They're down 2-0. It's just not going well. But that's okay. Like, we weren't necessarily expecting it. We weren't expecting the best season, so that's okay. NHL All-Star Game this weekend in Toronto. That actually is going to be interesting. I do like the NHL All-Star Game a lot. That is they do a good job covering that, and I like their format. So that's fun to watch. What?
They have the best game.
I actually have a controversial take on that. That's why I put like the question, because like you will not believe who I think has the best All-Star game.
I forgot that's the game. I
What?
forgot that's the game. Like, I forgot the game was that, or the thing was that. Question.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine because I just put it just so I could talk. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about the Vols for 15 minutes. I put it so I can have the floor. Okay, so then we have the NBA trade deadline. The Lakers may be interested in trading. That was actually a fun game Saturday night. I was watching something else, and I tuned in just like the last second. It was like 138 in overtime. You guys probably didn't see that game. That was a great game, but Lakers ended up winning. NBA trade deadline, that's kind of next week. I should have put that for next week's podcast, but you know, do you guys see any trades going down this week? If not, it's fine. We'll just move on.
Nothing big.
I think next week's the week when stuff's gonna get going.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Oh, wait, the Bucks did fire their head coach. That is controversial. What do you think about that, Aiden? Then they got Doc Rivers, like the Mike McCarthy equivalent. Kind of not. I don't know about that. What do you think, Aiden?
Who did Doc Rivers coach again?
76ers, and I think like the Clippers, a lot of different teams.
Okay.
Then he was broadcasting for ESPN actually with like the main crew, and then they took him off of the main crew. So I can have a whole rant about that, but I'm not gonna rant multiple times.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of interesting because he had a good team with the 76ers a lot, but he really did not do anything that much. So yeah, I mean I agree with you. He's like the Cowboys. They have a good team, but they just don't make it every year. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he does in the future.
What do you guys think about this? A lot of people are saying that defense is getting out of the NBA game. That now players are dropping 70 and 60 and 50, and it kind of feels like 50 is the new 30, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
what do you guys have to?
They just need to get Benjamin's favorite coach out there, and the defense could kind of step up.
Exactly. My favorite coach needs to coach. Sign him. NBA. Sign the man. Pay the man. Okay? Pay him. I'm not naming names. I'll name names. If this gets to 10 likes, I'll name names. There you go. 10 likes, and I named the name of the coach. No one's watching at this point, but if you are, like it up. All your burner accounts, everything, and I'll name the coach.
Get it? All your burner accounts?
Yeah. Yes, I understand. But, oh no, when they whisper like that, it's going to be bad.
No, he was confused. He was confused who that was. I was explaining.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, okay. All right. One last thing is, Alex, I was just going to ask, what do you think about the Bucks hiring Doc Rivers? That's kind of just it's like going from mid to mid. I don't understand.
A little bit weird move.
What?
Weird move.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a strange move. All right, there you go. I'm gonna go get water. Go rant about the Vols NCAA investigation
You gotta hear
that involves the Tennessee Volunteers, as they never cheat in any way, and the NCAA is completely. I actually kind of believe that the NCAA is actually being a little bit unfair. And
you're
you guys
stupid. You're a
know,
Virginia fan.
you guys,
Virginia
you guys
dominates.
know I'm not a Vols fan, and I actually do think the Vols it is a little unfair. Okay, I will give it to them.
Virginia Commonwealth is joining with this. That's why I want you to wait. I want to wait. I want you to hear my little thing.
Let me just go get a little agua. Okay, I'm speaking Espanol now. I'll be right back.
You didn't really speak Spanish there. Okay, so what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about your WWE?
Yeah, I guess so. We may have some WWE listeners.
Yeah, WWE listeners. And so, what do you think thoughts about CM Punk? And I mean, he's gonna be out for a while. Do you think he's just gonna retire, or do you think he's gonna finish the story? And also, what is Cody Rhodes? I mean, what is not Cody? Yeah, what is Cody Rhodes and Bayley doing with their checks or cash that they can use at WrestleMania?
I think, well, first of all, we'll start off with Bailey. I think she may cash it or use it on Io Sky because I know a lot of people are wanting to see Bailey versus Io Sky, kind of a damage control battle because Bailey's been kind of the outsider, but also the leader at the same time. And then for Cody Rhodes, I think he's going to go for Seth Rollins. That way it can be a Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania because I think that's what they're pushing for. And The Rock kind of hyped it up when he returned on day one of Raw, which was January 1st, 2024. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Do you agree, Alex?
Yeah, and who do you think who do you think is ultimately going to be the better tag team? Is it the Prime Usos or the Kawaki Warriors, whatever Io Sky and Asuka is?
It's going to be the Prime Usos. I mean, they're just oozy and, they're really, really like good. And I kind of miss them. I feel like they haven't really been the same since they haven't been a tag team, but
Bray Wyatt.
none of them have been a singles champion before. So maybe it changes. Maybe the hype goes back up when they start changing. And also, I think the Yeet thing's a little bit too old. It's repetitive, but I do like where it's going. But hopefully, main event Jey Uso win the championship. Because if not, I think that they're born to be a tag team.
Okay, so let's get back to the Tennessee thing. So, Aiden, scoot, move. This is my floor. Okay, so this is kind of came really big yesterday. So, Benjamin, can you still see me good? I'm gonna just be reading this. So yesterday, this is a statement that the NCAA said. It says it does not comment on specific infractions and cases, and it's important to remember that the NCAA member schools and conference not only makes the rules but routinely calls for greater enforcement of these rules and holding violators accountable. In recent years, this has been especially true as it relates to establishing and enforcing a consistent set of national rules and intending to manage the name, image, and likeness environment. At the heart of Tennessee and Virginia Commonwealth, NCAA is the claim that NCAA violated and truest laws by denying student athletes an ability to earn total NIL compensation. I don't know why I'm struggling on that word. And other states are probably also gonna be joining in on that one because I mean they're just stealing monies from college students, and that's not right. I'll kind of get more into this once I read this fully. But according to Dodd, the plaintiffs could soon seek in a temporary injunction that has potentially to suspend NIL rules set by NCAA in the summer of 2021 when the governing body lifted its longtime ban on NIL compensation. Instead of a 2.5 years, and then this is a thing that Tennessee's Chancellor Plowman, what's her first name? Sarah, no, gosh. If you would have told me this morning, I would have got it. I don't know why I'm forgetting. But so this is what she said. Instead of 2.5 years of vague and contradictory NCAA memos, emails, and guidance about NIL has created extraordinary chaos that student athletes and institutions are struggling to navigate, she wrote. In short, the NCAA is failing. She also kind of wrote another thing this morning saying that she appreciates them for listening and that telling them that they are going to the Supreme Court. So this is going to be a drag out process. And Nico, he probably won't even be a he'll be in the NFL by the time this goes out. This is going to be a Supreme Court issue, and this is not only a Tennessee fan issue. This is the entire college football. This really could be the fall of the NCAA. Not only fans of Tennessee going for this, but people that are not stuck up in the butt that hates Tennessee, they're also joining this and saying that this is not right. That it really isn't right, and they're stealing a lot of money. And they, Plowman, she also said, I don't have it exactly written because it was in an interview with reporters, but she says that as long as they make assumptions about what we're doing and accusing Tennessee for doing stuff, she's going to stick up, and that student athletes are her number one priority, and that they need to stop and pay attention to them. So, I mean, that's basically what it is. I mean, they're not paying attention to them, and they're not giving them the respect they need. Get out.
Can I say something?
No. Yeah, I know. Not right now.
Can I say something? Dang, they went on mute, guys. They went on mute. Anchor down. Anchor down. I was just gonna say.
No, we on mute. We heard that stupid crap. So
my bad.
Say that again. Anchor down, how you anchor up and as anchor down, like the downfall of the NCAA.
I was just gonna say. I was very surprised and very impressed with how calm you were right there. Like that was well delivered. You know, calm,
Tennessee,
composed.
Bill Lee, Governor Bill Lee of Tennessee. This is a Supreme Court violation, and it's going to the literal Supreme Court. Are you an idiot right now? What state do you live in? Who governs you right now? Bill Lee. So Bill Lee is into this. So I don't know what the heck you're saying. And Virginia as well. Virginia is also.
Wait, Virginia Cavaliers are part of this?
No, Virginia Commonwealth. They're also joining.
They're joining you?
They're joining us in the Supreme Court.
Oh. And justice for Tennessee. Justice. I join my Virginia brothers and sisters, my Cavalier nation, the Commonwealth, we bring justice to these just unfair accusations from the NCAA that are actually shameful. Shameful. So
they're too broad and rules don't exist with each other. And they're just blaming a high-name school program to kind of make a name and a joke out of Tennessee. But it's not going to work. They're going to lose millions and millions and millions of dollars that are going into Tennessee's pockets. So those potholes on the roads, thank you, NCAA, for fixing those.
Yeah! Potholes fixed! Okay, are you guys about done or no?
My thoughts is I agree with y'all guys, but I think we should move on because it's kind of getting long.
Yeah, I told you guys, I said, let's make this like as short as possible. We're at 38 minutes and we're on predictions, but I just got to say what I wanted to say because the spotlight needs to return to me, right? You know what I mean? What is your favorite All-Star game? What is your favorite All-Star game? Just tell me and I will tell you mine. And like, you'll be like, what are you talking about? And you probably won't like it, but
NHL because it has the best skills games and the tournament style
is valid.
By far the best, and the jerseys are so iconic.
It's valid.
I love Forsberg.
That's valid. Actually, when you were reading this stuff, I was playing a Philip Forsberg thing for the viewers at home.
And paying attention.
I totally was.
Until this
I was. Wait, time out. Those are false accusations. Those are false accusations, like the NCAA. Actually.
No, you were like, haha, I have Twitter too. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I actually thought they were lying originally. Aiden, what's your favorite All-Star game?
I mean, I like the NBA All-Star, but they don't really play that much defense. But I mean, it's okay. I like.
When was the last time you watched the NBA All-Star game?
When Stephen Curry put up 50 points in 2022.
Who's the two heads? Who's the captains this year?
Who's the captains this year?
Uh-oh.
They haven't announced the captain.
They have.
They have. It's probably Jokic and LeBron.
They're in the same. Wait, hold on, because I'm not the biggest fan of the NBA All Star game. I thought it was one from the East, one from the West. Alex, is that how that works?
No, they draft their own team.
Okay, so it's just like two random players. Okay, can I say what my favorite All Star game is?
The tennis All-Star game because they all.
No, there's no such thing really. You know what my favorite is? You guys will not believe this. The NASCAR All-Star game. That is the best All-Star game. Have you guys ever watched? Have you guys ever watched the NASCAR All-Star game?
I didn't know that existed.
Oh my goodness, you guys have to watch this. This stuff is freaking epic. Okay, first of all, they put a wild card race of like all the players that like didn't quite make it. This is such a great idea, right? For anybody that doesn't make like the All-Star game or whatever, put them in a little race, a little wild card to make the later race later that night. Okay? So then once they do that, they all race around. The top, I think, two finishers make the actual All-Star game. Then they have a fan vote. Not like how the NFL does it. Retweet it. No, that doesn't work that way. You click a link, you vote, and for the most popular driver, they get an automatic bid into the All-Star game. So whoever the fans like the most, you can just put them in. So last year, I think it was like some random country guy. Okay, great guy. They put him in, and all of a sudden he's in there. I think he finished like fourth, had the race of his life. Okay, and here's the best part. They raced for $1 million. They actually race for something, so they're going as hard as they can. They're turning each other. There was literally last year there was a fight. Bubba Wallace went insane on this one guy who turned him. Like, hey, I only watched really the Daytona 500, a couple of other NASCAR races, but I am all here for the All-Star game. That stuff is the best.
When is the All-Star game? You know?
I actually have to look, but I don't think they've released it yet because the season doesn't start until February. Let me go look, guys.
Well, also
it's always in the summer though.
Captains are Giannis and LeBron, so there you go. Not Jokic.
Hold on, let's see. Nashville All-Star Race 2024. May 17th through 19th at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Oh my goodness, they hit the jackpot with that. Bring it back to the speedway that started it all, that then they abandoned for 70 years, and then now it comes back. That is bravo, NASCAR. You don't always do a lot of things right, but you got that right so well. That's my favorite All-Star game, and I'm not even just saying that for attention. Like, I promise you, just give it a shot one year. It is literally the best All-Star game. It's awesome. Okay, we move on to predictions?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, let's go because I kind of want to end this now. All right, who wins the Pro Bowl, guys? AFC or NFC?
I'm going to go with AFC.
I'm going with AFC.
Yeah, I'm going to go with AFC as well, given the fact, AFC's got Tyreek Hill, flag football. He's got to be unmatched there. UConn and St. John's, who do you have?
I have UConn.
I have the UConn.
Yeah, I have UConn as well. Number one team. Too much for St. John's. St. John's, though, that's Rick Pitino's team, I think. And well coached there. Virginia against Clemson. I got the Who's. I got the Cavaliers. Let's go Virginia.
I have Clemson.
How's the team that Joe Milton owns?
Which one they own?
It's both. He owns both.
Clemson.
Okay. Duke and North Carolina, kind of the main game of that day. College game day I know is going to be there. Duke and North Carolina. I got North Carolina in this one.
I got Mr. Brady's favorite team, North Carolina.
North Carolina, they barely lost to Boston College, but they're going to beat Duke.
All right, and then we have Tennessee and Kentucky to round out college basketball. Who do you guys have?
I have Tennessee.
Tennessee, UNC, Wilmington.
I got Tennessee as well. I think Tennessee gets a little bit of redemption. They play with a chip on their shoulder after almost slipping up against Vandy. I mean, can you imagine that, right? And then slipping up against
my 20, you dumb fuck.
And then slipping up against South Carolina. I do have Tennessee. I have Tennessee. I was actually doing homework, and then eating food.
We're rusty. We haven't ate. We haven't played.
I understand, but don't worry. I'm siding with you guys. I'm picking Tennessee to beat Kentucky. I'm picking the Vol. Okay,
Stupid crap again and start like getting me heated.
Cavaliers and the Grizzlies. Who do you have?
I have the Cavaliers.
Benjamin, he loves Brentwood Academy, and this player, Cavaliers, Darius Garland.
I got the Grizzlies in this one. I got the Grizzlies upsetting the Cavaliers actually in this game. So I'm gonna pick the Grizzlies. All right, Warriors and the Grizzlies, kind of a back-to-back there for the Grizzlies. I'm gonna kick us off and go with the Warriors.
I'm gonna go with the Warriors.
Going with the Grizzlies.
Okay, so we kind of flipped there. And then Lakers and Knicks, Saturday night on ABC, that big NBA game. I'm going to go with the Knicks at home. A little too much for the Lakers, I think.
I think the Knicks are really hot. They're really, really good right now, and I'm going to go with the Knicks.
I mean, I guess me and Knicks can relate. We're really hot all the time, but under pressure, we can't really win, and I'm going with the Lakers. Was that good?
I don't know what I just listened to right there. Yeah, my goodness. Okay, Clippers and the Heat. I'm going to go with the Clippers.
I'm going to go with the Clippers.
I mean, I just got a haircut recently, but that I can feel the burn from it. I feel the heat, and I'm going with the Heat.
Okay. And then the last question is, who wins the NHL All-Star Game? Atlantic Division, Central Division, Pacific Division, or Metropolitan Division? Who do you guys have?
I got the Atlantic.
I have Atlantic as well.
I have the Central winning this one. We got the best goaltender in the league, and in that game, goaltending really matters, from what I've noticed. The best goaltender? Yeah, Connor Hellebuck from the Winnipeg Jets.
Dude, that guy wasn't recent since like the Predators first.
He totally wasn't, and I was just reading an article about him like the other day in class. I have no idea, but he's the runaway Vezina trophy, like 95% chance to win it already at All-Star break. He's like been unbelievable. Whoa! What happens? What I was gonna tell you guys before the podcast is so you guys both picked the Atlantic, right? So if like the Metropolitan wins or like the Pacific wins, then we don't get any points. Is that fair? Like, how does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll wager with you. You want to wager? How much you want to wager? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll wager. Aiden, are you wagering?
Sure.
I'll wager 2 points each. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Do I wager 2 points?
Well, do you want to? You don't have to.
No, I can only wager with you, Benjamin, because me and Alex both picked Atlantic.
Well, I know you wager with me 2 points. Alex wagers with me 2 points.
So he's wagering 4 points.
So I'm just wagering with Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. So there you go, guys. That's our thoughts in this week in sports. Good episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Get it to 10 likes. What was I gonna do at 10 likes?
10
likes.
Wait. You were gonna do something.
You were going to announce the coach at NBA.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna announce my favorite coach, and then 3 likes.
Usher.
Exactly, 3 likes for Alex to sing the chorus of Usher.
And hopefully we can get those likes as fast as the coach can.
That'll be easy. I got 3 accounts already. You're singing next episode.
There's 3. There is. It has to be done by a week. You can't be after. Yeah. All right. So thanks you for joining this week's in sports. I'm Alex Lee, and Alex Lee, 844, Nashville, Tennessee, signing out. Go Vols.
I like your address. Go Doors. End it. Go Doors. Go Doors. End it. End it. Go Doors. Go Doors. And end it. Go Doors. This is so awkward. End it. Go Doors.
Go Vols.
Go Doors.
Go Vols.